Hey gang, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. Welcome back to another monthly to read list video. I have a lot of books that are on tap for the month of October, and I'm actually still finishing up a couple books from September. So we'll see how much I get to this month, how much time I have to read. Some of the books aren't actually that important for me to read this month. I could put them off till November or December, but I do have quite a few review books that I would like to get done, as well as just some books that I've been meaning to read and haven't quite got around to it yet. So let's get into the list. So we're going to start off with two books that I actually won from a BookCon giveaway. Pretty Funny for a Girl and Sing Like No One's Listening. These are both advanced review copies from Peachtree Publishing. This one came out in September of this year. So I think it's young adult about a girl who wants to be a singer. And then this one is coming out this month. So I don't know the specific date. I don't know if it says, it doesn't seem like it says, but there is going to be a sequel. So that should be fun to check out. But this one's also young adult about a girl who wants to be a stand-up comedian. So I think I entered the giveaways for these just because I thought the book sounded interesting. The female protagonist sounded pretty cool and pretty empowering, especially for teen girls. So I'll do reviews of both of these. We'll probably try to read Pretty Funny for a Girl first since it's coming out this month. And then I'll swing back and do Sing Like No One's Listening and post a review of that one too. This one's been on my to-read list since 2015, the book expo that happened then. It was on the editor's Buzz panel, and it's called Black Man in a White Coat, subtitled A Doctor's Reflections on Race and Medicine. This is by Damon Tweedy, MD. And basically, I wanted to read it. Well, I wanted to read it back then just because I thought it sounded very fascinating. But I want to read it, especially right now with what's going on in our political climate and everything. Just getting a different perspective. I think that's so important right now. Hearing his perspective of being an African-American doctor and what that means for him and what he has experienced, the good and the bad, simply because of the color of his skin. So I'm just kind of trying to look through here to see if there were any, I don't know. I was looking to see if there were like any pictures or anything. I don't know why. But so yeah, I will definitely do a review of this one. It's already out. Like I said, it came out in 2015. So this one I think should be on your radar. A book that I was sent to review is Raising the Resistance by Farah Alexander. This is published by Mango, and I got the press release for it, and I thought it sounded really great because I am a mother, and this is a mother's guide to practical activism. And again, especially with our political climate and things that are happening in the world right now, I just thought this could be such an important book for moms to read, whether you're raising a daughter or you're raising a son. I like that it says practical activism because so often I don't know specifically what I should be doing and what I should be modeling. I want to model something for my daughter, but I'm not sure how to go about it and how to do it in, like, sometimes I just don't feel safe. I want to do it in a safe way, but in a way that really shows her what is possible and what you can do. So here, Protest Like a Mother talks about the Women's March that happened. The author is a writer, mother, and activist, and she's going to give practical guidance, political commentary, and inspiration so that we can tackle problems from political representation to sexual misconduct. Really interested in reading this one. I will definitely do a review. I think it's already out. This isn't an advanced review copy, so I think it's already out. If you're looking for something to read that could really empower you and your kids, this could be a good one. I have a couple books on my Kindle. This time next year, we'll be laughing, which really, I hope we will be. It's by Jacqueline Winspear. This is an advanced review copy, an e-review copy, and basically it's a memoir. She's written a lot of books, as you can see, but I actually have never read any of them. So I don't know her as an author, but this book was pitched to me as being very humorous, and I'm hoping that it is, because I definitely feel like there are times in our lives right now where we really do wish we were laughing. If only it could be true. Hopefully 2021 will be a little bit better, a little bit more lighthearted. Another Kindle book that I have is Midnight Train to Prague by Carol Windley. This is a historical fiction novel about a girl and her mom on a train. Something happens and it kind of affects the girl's life, or the whole rest of her life. It's published by Atlantic Monthly. It's coming out. This book is coming out, or supposed to come out, November 3rd. That was the last that I heard about it. It might be out, unless that's just internationally. Not totally sure. Actually, this time next year, We'll Be Laughing is coming out November 10th, I believe. So both books at the beginning of November. So I'll try to have reviews scheduled to those release dates or the tentative release dates. But yeah, I love historical fiction, and the way this was pitched kind of reminded me of some other books that I have read. Can't think of the authors right now. But I just thought there was like a relationship between the mother and daughter, and I love books that have that. So I was going to read this one. Another book that is digital, but I don't have it on my Kindle yet. And unfortunately, this is the problem with digital books. I tend to forget that I have them. It's in my email, and the book is called My Pinewood Kitchen, and it's about taking Southern comfort food and making it gluten-free and healthier for the immune system. So that was definitely something that my family can use. So I've been looking forward to reviewing the cookbook and testing out some of the recipes since I got it in May. I know I'm super behind, and I totally apologize to the publisher and the author for my lack of being on top of that one. Another book that I was given for review is Tracy Timm's Unstoppable: Discover Your True Value, Define Your Genius Zone, and Drive Your Dream Career. Love a good self-help book. And this one, I think, especially as we're getting toward the end of the year, maybe you're making New Year's resolutions. Maybe it has something to do with your career. Maybe it just has something to do with like finding yourself or finding your niche, or who knows what you want to do for the new year. But this could be a great book to read as we get into November and December, and you start planning those New Year's resolutions and goals for 2021. This was actually a library book that I picked up, and I was looking for a different book and they didn't have it, but this was one of the first results that came up in the search. And when I saw it, I thought, oh, I love the name, The Yes Brain. And I thought it might be more self-helpy, but it's actually for kids or for parents to read with for their kids. So you can't see because the barcode is covering it up, but it's How to Cultivate Courage, Curiosity, and Resilience in Your Child, written by Daniel Siegel, MD, and Tina Payne Bryson, PhD. They also wrote The Whole Brain Child, which I have not read, but maybe if I ended up liking this book, I will also read that one as well. I don't know if they did the whole brain. I don't know if they've got a yes brain. I don't know if they've got a no brain, but we'll see. So, as a parent, I am always looking for books that can kind of help guide me in my parenting. And especially when we're talking about resiliency, this year has definitely been a test of kids' resilience and how they are responding to the stay-at-home things, having their normal routines disrupted. Either they're going to school, but it's like a half day, or they're doing virtual at-home school. Kids have to be really resilient this year. And so I'm hoping that this book also gives me some guidelines for resiliency and curiosity and being brave outside of a pandemic year. I was so excited to get this one to review because it's the second book in the American Royal series. I loved the first book. I'll have the review linked below so you can check that out. But this is Majesty. It's the second book. And I'm trying to remember where we left off. I think the oldest daughter was supposed to inherit the throne, and I think she was going to say no. And then she had other siblings. So it's kind of like, so if she doesn't do it, then what does that mean for them? And are they prepared for it? Because she's been preparing for it her whole life. There's this whole like love triangle thing going on in the first book. So I really enjoyed that one, and I am eager to see what happens with the characters in this one. And I just love the covers that they have of this. The artwork is really fun too, with the little American flag crown. Because if you don't know, this is imagining that America has a monarchy, much like England. So it's pretty cool. And I think the last book I have to review for this month, there are a lot, is another cookbook called Deep Flavors by Kenneth Horitz. It's a celebration of recipes for foodies in a kosher style. So here he is on the back here. I think he's also actually a lawyer, and he just kind of wrote this as like a passion project. I'm trying to see who the publisher is. Inspire on Purpose Publishing out of Texas. So this is an anthology of family recipes, as well as original Jewish, regional American, and international recipes, including reminiscences and insights about food and its preparation. So, and from the perspective of a Southern Jew. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure if these are all kosher recipes. I'm not sure if that's something that your family needs to keep. But especially as holidays are coming up and so everybody's looking for like family comfort food, maybe some of the recipes in this cookbook could work. I'm eager to see if I can take them and make them gluten-free and dairy-free for my family. So I will try to get a review of this book up very soon. It's already out, so you can check for it on Amazon or look for it at your favorite bookstore. So those are all the books for October. It's a lot, I know. We'll see how it goes, how I do. Let me know some of the books that you guys have on your to-read list right now. Leave a comment below and give this video a thumbs up like so that you never miss out on more book and scrapbook videos. And also let me know if you have any questions about the books that I'm going to be reading or any of the books that I have been reading in the past. Definitely use the links below to follow me on Goodreads because I've been really good about updating what I'm currently reading and like thoughts on the books that I'm reading as I go. I really like that feature of Goodreads. And of course the links for the blog and all my other social media channels are below as well. And I'd love to connect with you there. So I will see you guys next time and happy reading.